Hey everyone, how are you? Hope you are well. So today I'm going to talk about artificial intelligence. As you know, artificial intelligence is a thing that is going to take over in the future. So I'm going to talk about in the area of medicine. So Google is specifically working on something in medicine that is going to answer health questions. So Google has a yearly meeting that they call the checkup. So they're discussing things like developing apps. They also have artificial intelligence powered uh, health searches coming up, artificial intelligent assistant tools for doing things like ultrasounds, cancer treatment, tuberculosis screenings, things like that. So the reason why it's important to know these things, what is ahead, is because if you are in business in particular and you don't think about what's ahead, then that could possibly put you out of business. So thinking ahead is always good, seeing what is coming up in the future. So for example, Blockbuster. Blockbuster went out of business because they weren't thinking ahead, and then Netflix came and took them out of business. Or another example, the taxi services. They were adversely affected when Lyft and uh, the other company came out, Lyft and Uber. So just always good to think ahead, especially when you are planning on being in business or you're already in business. So artificial intelligence will be huge in the future. They're already thinking about um, the area of ultrasounds, the area of cancer treatment, the area of tuberculosis screenings. So if you have a job in that area right now, say you're an ultrasound technician or anything to do with screening tuberculosis, it's important to know these kind of things so that you can set yourself up in the future. So Google has this tool coming out called MedPalm. And the goal is that this will be in the hands of every consumer in the future. What it does is it answers medical questions. So they had one version which would get 60% of multiple questions correct for people who are taking medical licensing exams. And then they had another version called MedPalm 2, which gets 85% of the answers correct for people taking medical exam questions. They tested this device with actual clinicians and they saw that some answered questions better than the clinicians. Then, on the other hand, some answers were inaccurate. So, that is a device that they're working on. It's called MedPalm 2. This is for people who are taking exams, medical exams, to become licensed. So, some of the questions they gave, for example, were: what are the first signs of pneumonia? Or can incontinence be cured? And so you can kind of do that right now just by looking it up on the website or asking Siri, hey Siri, how do you cure incontinence?
I found 5. Flavoxate, tolterodine, phenoxybenzamine, RS, oxybutinin, and midodrine.
So Siri has the answers. Hey Siri, can you cure incontinence?
Here's an answer from patient.info. Urinary incontinence can often be improved and can be cured in many cases.
So Siri already has the answers if you really want to know. And as you know, incontinence is the lack of bladder control. When you're trying to control your bladder and your bladder is not cooperating. So they asked this device these kind of questions. MedPalm 2 is 85% accurate. However, They will be using these for the actual licensing exams to become licensed. And again, like I said, they do plan to put this in the hands of every consumer. So if you're in business or you're an employee, just think about how the future could impact what you're doing right now. So that is in the works. MedPalm 2. Of course, it will be more to it than what Siri is giving us, but this is what they are working on. So just to be mindful if you're in business or even if you're an employee, to look ahead at the future changes and see how that might actually impact you. Is that going to impact you adversely, or is it going to be for your benefit? And if it is adversely, then having some foresight in what your plans will be. For example, maybe broadening your career choices or gaining a business or two, having more than one source of income. So, just something interesting that I thought I would share. Artificial intelligence. They are working on it in the medical field. They are working on it in all different kinds of fields. I did see some article that artificial intelligence is doing better than human beings as far as the SAT is concerned. Now they're looking at licensing exams for medical exam questions. So I'm sure artificial intelligence will expand all the different areas, all the different careers, all the different fields. So just to be mindful of artificial intelligence, possibly learning artificial intelligence as it develops, and then thinking about some uh, other career options if you're interested, or staying in the career that you're already in and developing your artificial intelligence skills and adding a business to go with it. So, just something to think about. Artificial intelligence will be huge. So, if you like this channel, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and the notification bell next to it so that you won't miss the episode. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, and thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your nights.